Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be try to get a little better each day. Well, I've got an email from a young guy. He's 19 years old. He's been following me for most of the past year. And he's a recovering nice guy, and it's a great success story. He started a successful business. He's got a really great girlfriend in his life. And he shares some stories of the way he used to be and how he used to interact with women. He used to have people in his life that he would hang out with, and just they never made him feel like they want him around. He felt like they were just tolerating him. And now he's got friends and peer group. He's an entrepreneur. He started a successful business already. And the people that he hangs out with are like-minded people that have nothing but positive, uplifting, encouraging things to say because they're driven, they're motivated, they're working on being at their best personally. So his life is completely turned around in less than a year. And this 19-year-old kid can do that? I mean, come on, anybody can do that. So before I get into his success story, I got a short quote that I wrote on this topic, and then we're going to go through his email. And the quote says, "Success is a process. The best and most successful athletes, CEOs, entrepreneurs, and high achievers tend to focus relentlessly on trying to get a little better each and every day. Accomplishing big goals over a long period of time is a result of constantly achieving small daily goals. Feeling like you are making progress is essential to feeling happy, fulfilled, and remaining focused and staying motivated to achieve your dreams. Time, repetition, learning from your mistakes, adapting your approach, and perseverance are essential components to achieving your grandest goals and dreams." And this guy's done a brilliant fucking job of that. So he says, "Hey coach, you hear this a lot, but I'd really like you to know what an impact you make on men all over the world. I'm 19 years old, I just finished college, and I'm about to go to the university in the UK. A year or two ago, I was literally the typical love-drunk, nerdy kid that would freak out and jump up and down with excitement if I even got a text back from a girl. I remember what that was like. I remember the first couple times girls that I met that I really liked in my early 20s. I was like, finally, yes, I got the one. She's calling me. Well, back then we weren't using texting. We had beepers. And the cell phones were like fucking giant bricks. But it was exciting. I'd be out with my buddies drinking, and I'd hear beep, 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 beep. Or the beeper would vibrate, like, and I'd see the number. I was like, yes, awesome. I'd go to a payphone. Hey, what are you doing? And a few weeks later, she'd be ignoring my calls. I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I don't get it. I wrote about some of those in my book. It was a good time in life. Those were some great memories. And it's awesome that I can teach it to a guy like this who's 19 years old. He doesn't have to go through all that fucking bullshit. He can just skip all of that horse shit. Even if you're older, even if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, you can take these things and literally in a matter of months completely change and transform your life if you're focused and you take fucking relentless action." He says, "In hindsight, my behavior was pitiful, yet helps me to understand how not to behave." Well, the good thing is you learn from your mistakes. Here's a good example. Back in April of 2014, I went on a date with a girl where I took her out for coffee and movies, and on the date, everything seemed to be going great. I kept it relaxed and fun, with a sole aim to make her laugh and have a good time. By the end of the date, she was making out with me, and her hands were wandering all over. Sounds wonderful. Unfortunately, I was living with my parents at that point, and even if I weren't, I wouldn't have had the courage to ask her to come back to my place. Just a simple, "Hey, you want to get out of here and go back to my place? I got a bottle of champagne. We can have some mimosas together. Or we can have a champagne party. And I got some strawberries and some whipped cream. I'm sure we can find some interesting things to do with that." Well, here's where the facepalm began. I texted her immediately after the date, ending up professing my undying love for her, love hearts left, right, and center, blowing up her phone in the next few days and asking why she wasn't replying. You will never get a straight answer when you ask those kind of questions, everyone. Women don't want to hurt your feelings. They want to let you down gently and hope you figure it out. She never met up with me again to this date. I wonder why, he says with a smiley face. November 2014, I stumbled upon your work. Why does everybody stumble on my work? Well, it's like you didn't stumble upon my work. You were looking for answers. So you showed up right on fucking time. Stumbling had nothing to do with it. What happened happened, and it couldn't have happened any other way. You were experiencing some pain, because when people come to me, it's usually because something's fucked up in their life, and they're in a really bad place, they're experiencing a lot of pain, and they're looking for help. They're looking for an answer, like, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I have to change? What do I have to say? What actions do I need to take? All those things. I stumbled upon your work looking for a way to get over a girl I had been in a relationship with, which ended on my behalf due to her bitching and both of us being poor communicators. Well, at least you got to have a relationship. I didn't have my first girlfriend until I was like, I think it was 22, 23. So you're way ahead of me, even without the having my book or the benefit of my work. So just imagine where you'll be when you're my age. You'll probably be one of the richest dudes in the world. Don't forget to hit the donate button. Come back and donate someday when you're rich and wealthy and show your appreciation. And by the way, I don't know if I said this, I may have mentioned this once before, but I also put a donate button on the home page of my YouTube channel if any of you would like to donate through there. We fought at least twice every day over small things, and eventually I told myself this is hurting both of us and ended it. After I found your work, I realized a lot of things I was doing wrong, such as the correct way with arguments and how couples don't argue, they discuss, and that arguing gets both parties nowhere. Well, one key facet of that is that what I teach it presupposes that the other person that you're with is a good communicator. Because even if you become a good communicator and you apply the things that I teach in my book, if you're with somebody who's passive aggressive or they stonewall you and they refuse to communicate and they say things like, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to fight, I don't want to talk about it, I just want to have fun, everything's fine, and they refuse, or they give you the silent treatment and they ignore you, it's not a lot you can do. There's lots of people that grow up in families like that where they just ignore each other for a period of time, and then somebody usually caves and gives in. It's like, fuck that. I dated women that were like that. It's not fucking fun at all. You can't work anything out because they want to punish you and be pissed off for a certain period of time. So it's not the be-all, end-all learning to communicate, but if you're with a woman who's a good communicator and you suck at it, it's not going to last. It's that simple. But if you're with somebody who does communicate well, when you want to know what's wrong, or what's the matter, baby? You seem a little distant. You seem upset. Let's talk about it. They'll open up. But women who are shitty communicators, like, they'll just stonewall you. Everything's fine. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to argue. I just want to have fun. It's the worst thing. You love somebody, you care about them, they tell you shit like that. It's like, not a damn thing you can do about it. What's interesting, the only girlfriends that I've remained friends with over the years are the ones that are great communicators. The ones that were fucking bitchy and terrible communicators or passive aggressive, they gave me the silent treatment. I don't deal with any of them. It's like, life's too fucking short. The key point also being that the focus was on the girl in question and not myself. I was 18 at that point, and my grades had dropped. My social life wasn't great. While people tolerated me, none of the people I knew particularly wanted me around. I didn't have a part-time job due to not having the time, and had even quit kickboxing, which I had reached an international standard at to make more time for my ex. So you gave up your purpose. You gave up things that were important to you because you thought it would make her happy. It's a bad fucking way to go. You were into all these things before you met her. That's why she was attracted to you in the first place. A lot of guys do that. They give up all their hobbies, their motorcycles, their painting, whatever it is they do that's fun. They give up their friends all because the girl says she needs more of their time. They do that. And then later on, she's like, well, I don't feel anything. I don't feel any chemistry. I want a guy with ambition and goals. You guys think I gave up all this stuff for you? I moved across the world for you. I've had clients that have literally left their country, sold their houses, all their possessions, moved across halfway around the globe to be with a woman because it's what she said she wanted. And they get there, they transfer, or they get a new job in that country, and then they're a week afterwards, she ditches them and she's dating some other dude. And it's like, It's horrible. From November 2014 to January 2015, I made it my sole purpose to change my life. He made a decision. He got to the point where he said, I'm fucking tired of this. I need to find an answer. And he went and he sought it out. He didn't just stumble across my videos. He was searching and he found what he was looking for. If you seek, you will find. And that's the beauty of the internet. If you're looking for an answer, I'm out there and you will find me. And if you're watching this video, you found me because you're supposed to be here. I read your book 27 times. Dude, that's impressive. And I still refer to it on this date, or to this date. I restarted kickboxing as well as karate, and I began running frequently. Good for you, dude. You're a man on a fucking mission. I had to look inside to my dreams and goals and set decisive goals to achieve them, learning to code within 2 months. And for those of you that would like to learn a great skill and you're good with computers, you can go to, I think it's codeacademy.com, and you can learn to code for free. I was reading an article the other day, some guy who wasn't doing very well, went to Code Academy, learned how to code. 6 months later, he's making 90 grand a year. It's pretty impressive. And coding is in huge fucking demand. So for those of you that are into computers or technology, I mean, that's a great skill you can learn in your part-time, and within a matter of months, you become really good and really proficient at it. And I've set up an online business around men's fashion accessories and styles, which turned over the first milestone of 100,000 pounds last month. It's pretty good. That's awesome, dude. I'm also currently developing an indie mobile game, which is scheduled to release in September, and my goal is to set up a business empire worth $10 million within the next 2 years, as well as go to university to do computer science with artificial intelligence. Very smart. That's a huge fucking industry. You know, over the next several decades, you can make a lot of money in that. It's all about adding value. I mean, the bottom line is if you build something or you code something that adds value and it's useful, it's accessible on the internet where Google can crawl it easily, or you got it on YouTube and people can find it easily. This is my business. I started teaching what I know on the internet, put it all out there for free, and let people read my book for free. And people that needed what I had, they found me. And they saw how valuable it was, and they shared it with all their friends and family. That's why my business continues to grow and grow and grow. And I get all these great 5-star reviews on Amazon because people are getting great results with it. During a night out clubbing in May with my friends from kickboxing, I met my current girlfriend. This is a great story, by the way. He says, I was at a table, I was leaning back and generally enjoying myself as my friends bantered with each other before she and her friend approached us and asked if they could join the table. And for those of you that are into clubbing and going to bars and things, and you want to know how to do this, Google Corey Wayne, how to get women to approach you first. So this guy's having fun. He's got the vibe out that all these guys have everything they need. They're having a great time with each other, and girls are approaching them. Why? Because they're a bunch of horny guys with no fucking game at all, sticking their dicks in their faces. And so when they see guys that are non-hungry and they're giving off the right vibe, they'll throw themselves at you. It's amazingly powerful when you start using that stuff. Body language that attracts women, that video that I did, it's also in that article. It's also on the homepage of my YouTube channel. Watch it. It fucking works. You can watch that video and go out tonight and fucking do exactly what it says and get laid. It was very funny that everyone looked at me for my decision. Notice that. He's the leader. He's the alpha male. He's taking up too much space. He's like the king of his fucking kingdom. They respect him. The girls say, hey, can we join your table? And they all look at him. Is it okay? They're really cute. And I thought to myself, that would have never happened a year ago. I smiled and beckoned for them to join, and as the night progressed, I saw her frequently catching my eye and playing with her hair. No clever lines, no pickup routines, no magic tricks, just fucking hanging out, being fucking awesome with great friends who are like-minded. That's what women do. Hey! Hey! With their hair. Pretty obvious. Makes it easy. A guy came over to hit on her, asking if he could buy her a drink. And I slyly smiled as I could tell she didn't want him there through her body language and being turned away. So she was kind of like in the escape position. He says, I watched the poor bastard get brutally shot down as he tried to compliment her dress and desperately looked for a conversation opener. With the signs there, I quickly picked up my drink with one hand, grabbing her hand with another, and I said to her friend, I'm going to steal your friend. Then to her, I said, I like this song. I hope you can dance, with a cocky smile and a wink. Even if you're a terrible dancer, so what? Just getting out there and making a fool of yourself, it shows that you're comfortable being who you fucking are. If you guys watch, if you're into politics and you watch like what's going on in the race, you have all these politicians that all are doing is they get on TV to rah, 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 rah. We need a change. We gotta change course. And you look at Donald Trump, and it doesn't matter whether you like him or support him, he's authentic and he doesn't fucking care what you think. He's a fucking alpha male. He's got a supermodel, beautiful wife. He's got beautiful kids, beautiful family, billion-dollar companies. And he's telling it like it is. If he offends people, he doesn't fucking care. He doesn't care what you think. And he's number one in the polls right now. We'll see what happens come election day, but, I mean, you can see this stuff. That's why it's like the media, they're hating on him constantly, but they can't get his fucking name out of their mouths. They can't stop talking about him. And why are so many people attacking him? Because he's a fucking leader. Everybody else wilts like a little fucking lily when people in the media go, you should apologize. He's like, I'm not apologizing. He just explains himself. He doesn't care because he's a fucking alpha male. I've never seen that in my lifetime. I've never seen somebody running for office who says what they mean and they don't fucking care what other people think and they don't cower in fear when the media says, oh, shame, shame, shame on you. You need to apologize. I love it. It's beautiful. I wish all politicians were like that. She laughed and went along with me as I excused myself from the group. Within 5 minutes of dancing, she was making out with me, and I didn't waste any time saying simply, so, we are going to skip the awkward bit where I say, let's get out of here. We had a great rest of the night back at her place, and most of the morning as well. Look at that. Success depends upon prior preparation. Without said preparation, there's sure to be failure. Look, this guy, fucking 19 years old, and fucking stud, dude. I'm so proud of you. That is awesome. That's impressive. I wish I could do shit like that when I was your age. That is great. It's so nice to see somebody to take the things you struggle to learn in your life and in a matter of minutes learn it and apply it and completely change their lives. It's wonderful. It's your birthright to be this way. She called me 5 days later asking outright if we could meet up, and well, I couldn't let a damsel in distress down. We've been hooking up every 2 to 3 days a week, and she brought up getting together exclusively last week. 27 times he read the book. That's why it's easy and effortless for him. He prepared himself. My life's a drama-free zone thanks to you and your work. I have a kick-ass support network with friends who are very alpha themselves, driven through business and success with girls, and always offering positive, uplifting comments and inspiration whenever I need it. Those are real true friends because they're like-minded. People who like the same things tend to like each other. Like attracts like. You're hanging out with alpha males, women notice who the alpha males are immediately, and they go right over to them. I have a stunner on my arm, and while my goals are seemingly unreachable, every day I know I sleep with the satisfaction I have taken one step closer to achieving them. Just imagine where you'll be when you're my age, dude. You'll be, who knows, maybe you'll be the next Mark Zuckerberg. Anything's possible. It's all about adding value, living your truth, not giving a fuck what other people think, and doing the right thing. You treat women right, they'll treat you right. They'll do all the work. I mean, look at it. He didn't do nothing. He was living his life, having a great fucking time, and a girl came over and hit on him and his friends. She even asked him to be exclusive. He hooked up with her the very first night. 5 days later, because you're going to call women once a week, she reached out to him. He made the next date. It makes it pretty fucking easy. Why struggle? And then now he can focus 100% of his energy on being awesome, growing his businesses, and being a better man, just by focusing on being a little bit better each day and doing the fundamentals that I teach. This guy is the ideal type of person that I love coaching because he's coachable. He's like, just tell me what I need to do and I'll fucking do it. And that's why he's getting the results. Good for you, dude. Proud of you. Another great example. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.